Alright, so hello everybody and welcome to the Rise of the Tomb Raider. We are in Lara's crappy little apartment here, as you can see, and just in case you have not guessed this, we are in virtual reality. This is not the main game, I've completed that, and in case you're interested, you can go check my channel. I have the full playthrough uploaded there, but now we are here to explore the Croft Manor, as you can see. This is a neat little addition the developers put inside the game for us. And yeah, let's start and see what's in store for us. I did 5 minutes of it just to see how it feels. It is a bit messy, the controls, but I think we'll manage in the end. So let's start a new story here. By pressing A apparently. Yeah, sure. And we get to choose between teleportation and locomotion, but locomotion is locked at first, so we have to go with teleportation. We might even stick with it, because teleportation, well, it's relaxing, it's cool. Sure. Standard warning messages.
Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor somewhere. Dad's safe.
Alright, so we're inside Croft Manor, I guess. In all its glory here. Let's read. Teleport. Hold left. Oh yeah, I read through this. So how you teleport is you hold left trigger and then you can rotate with a stick. Finally, press the right trigger and there you go. Snap rotation also works with the middle finger triggers, however they are called, bumpers. Anyway, so there's that. And that's it. We can start exploring. So,
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb.
alright, so. Okay. This is the part that I actually do not really like, that you get to manipulate objects, but it's not intuitive at all. Anyway, let's run around the house a bit, show you some stuff. Apparently this is the safe we will have to crack to find the will.
Needs a combination.
Yeah, of course.
Dad's papers somewhere.
Of course. It is locked, so we'll have to visit the library for that. By the way, things are looking really lifelike. I wish you could see this in 3D, guys. For example, these snowshoes right in front of me. Well, makeshift snowshoes made out of rackets and whatnot. Look extremely lifelike. Alright, so let's... Whoops, sorry. Let's use the snap turning.
My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing.
Alright, little Lara there with a dinosaur in the background. Because, you know, that's what archaeologists do, I guess. That's how you know you'll grow to be up an archaeologist. You have a pet dinosaur. Alright, so scan ahead the room. Whenever we get close to something, it glows, as you can see right there.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. I see but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
Alright, so we get a little backstory here about how Lara's father and Lara's mother fell in love.
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
I bet your mother was very fine with doing that. I mean, that's the staple of children defying their fathers and mothers to marry the guy that they actually hate. That's what we children do.
A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice.
Alright, so we get to know though that Lara's favorite color is blue apparently, or teal. Forgive me if I'm not the best with colors, I think that's what it's called. How about this?
This is probably my grandfather Benjamin.
Alright, lively looking fellow. Let's move on. So I think there are some cupboards we haven't seen, yes. Nothing there. Something there.
Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
Yeah, because the game is about immortality, the main game that is. Which once again you can check out on my channel. I have a full series for that. But the main thing is Lara's looking for the divine source, which is an artifact that grants immortality. Well, as you will probably guess from the name.
One of Dad's Yoruba masks, a gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria.
Alright, so African art here, which I have to say looks very interesting. I sure would like to visit Africa one time if I get the opportunity. Not that that looks very likely, but hey, you know what? Maybe with the powers of virtual reality I can make that happen. Alright, so what else? Let's see. That cupboard over there I think is interactable. But there's nothing in there.
Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
I'm sorry if you cannot see this very nicely. It's difficult for me as well. Anyway, we get to learn that Lara lied to her father and forged even diplomas to make him happy. Okay. So I guess that's all we can do. Oh no, there's something here still. Let's get a bit closer.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
Well, well.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start.
This is how... oh man, I've disoriented myself here. Let me get back in position. This is how Lord Croft falls in love with Lara's mother, I guess. He did actually sound like a child there, but... you know. Guess that's love. Brings the children out of all of us. Alright, so let's move on then. And this is the way for the developers telling us, stand please here, because this is important. Clues. Some documents and relics found throughout the manor are essential for completing this story. And this is obviously a map.
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
Alright, so we are on the upper right part of the corner where the red chair is. We are standing right on that red dot, which means there's a secret door in front of us. Interesting. And down there's some interesting symbols there. As you can see, there's the symbol of a pirate skull. Seems dangerous, whatever that is, but I guess we'll find out about it. Alright, let's close this. Survival instincts. R3 to highlight important objects. Yeah, beats me what R3 is though. Let's try.
I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor.
Alright, so R3 is the pressing the thumbstick in. And as you can see, this is of importance. So
Dark.
It's
Need a flashlight.
indeed too dark. Find a flashlight to light the way into the servants' passages. Alright, and we can probably check the map here. You can see the blinking yellow thingy. That's probably where the flashlight is situated. So let's get ourselves over there. Alright, so maybe take a gander at a few things along the way. For example, this.
Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
Alright. So, oh man, that statue looks very lifelike. Anyway, let's see. Is that interactable? No. Alright, what is this? Nothing. Oh, this is interactable though.
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
Okay, interesting. So Lara obviously never got to know her mother. I'm not very knowledgeable as far as those details go in my Tomb Raider lore, if you want. But this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna learn some stuff, it seems. So this backpack, not interactable. Oh, hello there. Where are you? Let me stand a bit here so I can see. Alright. Nothing looks to be of importance in here though, so let's pivot a bit. Let's go towards the computer. I bet that is interactable, right? Free movement unlocked. Free movement mode is now available in the options menu. So you know what? I tried the free mode, but it is not good. It's not good at all. First of all, you only move where you look, so you do not move where your hand is, which is very disorienting. And the speed is not acceptable. It's very slow for me. So I'm gonna remain in teleport mode. I'm gonna go like this, and I think it's gonna be easier for you guys as well. It's less disorienting. Alright, so let's see. Have we missed anything here? Obviously that statue. I mean, My sixth sense says there's something here.
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, you won't be boring your sword this time.
Can I, Yep, can touch it, but nothing comes out of it. Alright, what's this?
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the Manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely, Atlas.
Sincerely, indeed. Way too sincerely, actually. Alright, so, what else? The computer is not interactable? I would have thought it would be. That's interesting. Okay, I guess it's just decorative. Let me check the map. Where are we? Oh, we're getting close, okay. Whoops, wrong button. Alright, let's move on.
The Grand Hall. I always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
Yeah, it looks like a mess right now, but man, I've spent lots of my childhood hours playing the earlier Tomb Raiders in this spot. I mean, this was the scene for quite a few battles. And I think one of the games, the earlier games, Tomb Raider games, ended here actually. Whoops, what happened here? Okay. I mean, there was a big battle inside the house or something. I think it was Tomb Raider 2. Alright, so what is this? I'm not standing very well. Oh, hello there.
A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
Yeah. What a concept. Alright, so let's move on. Oh, nothing here, I guess. Oh, wait a sec, though. The flashlight's supposed to be somewhere here, right? Right in front of us, actually, okay. It could be below us, though, so... let's keep that in mind as well. Oh, I'm nearing the boundaries here. Let me just reset my view, okay. How's the view outside? Oh, interesting. Somebody needs to clean those. Alright, so I guess the flashlight is down below us. Not in this level. Since we're up here though, let's take a look at whatever we can.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here? Someone has a sense of humor.
Stop smoking. Nice. So Anna, by the way, she is a stepmother, I think. Quite a bad person, it turns out, in the game. It's not such a big spoiler in case you are afraid. I mean, you learn that pretty early on that she is. Missing gear. Opening this object requires the master key. Okay, cool. Let's go find us some master keys, I guess. Interesting paintings. What about this thing? Alright. An oil painting of an oil barrel. No, I'm just reaching here. I don't know what that is. So, oh man, this is...
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see.
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing.
Wow, if you tell a child do not enter the West Wing, that's all she's gonna ever think about, right?
Locked. Need a key to
Alright, so this master key is starting to get on my nerves. Oh, just look at that painting though here. Nice. I guess that's the Croft, what's it called, insignia or something? Oh, would you look at that view? I mean, yeah, sure. In the flat screen, probably you do not appreciate this right now, but in 3D it looks so amazing. Alright. Where's the flashlight? Right in front of us. Cool. Let's see if there's anything interactable here first, though. Oh, interestingly, nothing at all. Nope, guess not. Moving on then. Nope. How about... Oops. Yeah, that vase probably wouldn't be anything. How about this thing?
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering. Sincerely, your uncle.
Alright, so my uncle and the Atlas, are they the same person? Because they definitely sound alike, don't they? Okay, let me just check my levels here. Alright, cool, let's exit. Oh, I need to reorient myself. I keep turning so much around. Alright, so, what's this?
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought this for him from a trader in Greece.
Alright. Lots of symbols inside, which might or might not play a role in the story. We'll see. How about this?
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Too late for that advice.
The offer came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. But a gallery tour is not something I can pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and, oh God, I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby. But it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio. Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
Well, all looks rosy according to these logs. So, let me reorientate myself here. And... hey, we keep forgetting the flashlight though, don't we? Where is that? Alright, it's to my left. Probably in there. So let's go grab that. Oh man. Ah, this is getting a bit disorienting. Don't think the devs have done a good enough job here.
Hey, Jonah. Sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've decided to do some research at the Manor. A lot has happened, and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me. If it's worth fighting him for. I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
Alright there. Jonah being a very good friend of Lara, just in case you do not know, they've been on lots of adventures together. Alright, so let's see, that's probably where the flashlight is, right?
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
That's a weird looking flashlight though, okay. Do I just take it like that? Alright. The flashlight will turn on automatically when entering dark areas. Alright, easy peasy I guess. So let's run around a bit, see if there's anything we missed here, and then we'll head back towards that dark area that we couldn't access earlier. I mean, that's the whole point of getting the flashlight, right? And another interesting painting here of a goose in a forest. Sure. I'm just taking a quick look, guys. I hope you do not mind. I mean, it's cool exploring when you're in VR. It's half the fun, actually. What about here? No, nothing seems interesting, so... Hey. Okay, now we can move again. Man, this is a mess, this house. Alright, I guess let's head back upstairs then. Alright, so I guess let's go to that place that was inaccessible before. Where was that exactly? Oh, the other way? Okay, yeah. What's happening here? You're loading? Yeah, probably. So it was right here. If I remember, yes. It should apply the flashlight automatically. And quickly check my levels here. So I guess let's enter. Tilt your left VR controller to aim the flashlight. Oh, that's cool. You can wave your flashlight independently of your head. You can also do it to have it point exactly where your head is looking at, but yeah, I do not want to do that. This is much more immersive.
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
Or until I have a chance to talk you out of it. Probably, that's what he means. Alright, so the family drama continues to go on. Oh, what happened here? It is sometimes disorienting. But okay, let's search for stuff. Man, this is dark. But you know, if this would be a scary game, this would be really scary. Man, the ceiling dripping and all. Look at this, it looks very realistic. Where is it dripping from? Alright, enough standing around. What the hell?
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
This wasn't cracked before, right? It just cracked now that I stepped on it. Yeah, that makes me confident about taking a few more steps. Oh, there's a breaker box. Maybe we can door that lights. Do I hear something behind that door? You know, it would be cool and not so cool at the same time if there would be horror elements in this game. I would probably never be able to finish the game if there were, though. So keep that in mind.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruins.
Well, I guess that's what counts as romantic between two archaeologists. And to be frank, yeah, I kinda can relate to this, how it would be. Anyway, so, funny how it keeps connecting the game with the whole immortality theme going on there, the main game.
Surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Alright then, so, a nice pick here. Man, it would be nice if I could pick some of these things up. Alright, the game glitched out a bit for a sec, but nothing too important. So, let's head deeper down, I guess. Alright. Man, those stairs have seen better days, haven't they? Is this breaker box interactable? No. Everything is to on after all, so nothing more we can do. Man, you know, using teleportation is kind of scary sometimes in these games, because look at this, if you had locomotion, for example, you go in, you can peek through the door, right? Just if you go like this and there's a monster or something waiting, well, in a horror game or something, you just come face to face with it, boom. Hey, there's a rat there. Is it alive? It certainly looks like it. Alright, let's see if we're not missing anything. Let's go see that rat. Hey there, little rat. You obviously only trigger when I come near. Oh, look at the cellar. Man, VR is the future of gaming. Alright, so let's read a bit.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money, but I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
Now, Lara is fine with it. But anyway, it's funny how this theme keeps repeating here. It's like her family don't do that and she does that. Don't do this and she does this. I mean, come on guys, when are you gonna get the message? She's gonna do what she wants anyway. So just let her be. Alright, so, anything interesting before we go? I'm sorry if I'm sometimes looking around a bit. Okay. Is there something happening? Because the music certainly sounds like there should be something.
Just as creepy as I remember.
Yeah, exactly. Man, we can look. Wow, if this were a horror game, I'd be... Well... I'd be crapping my pants, to be honest with you. Oh, there's bound to be some kind of jump scare here, right? Yeah, and there it was. Just a mouse running around. Hopefully there's no fighting in this game. I mean, I'm not built for that. Well, I can if the VR game is for fighting, like, you know, some Sunshine Arizona or something like that, but if it's a horror game that features fighting, no thanks. It's not for me. Alright, so I guess this is what we came here for.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer, of all places, and before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
Alright then, so another little bit of
Winston.
backstory.
I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
Yeah, tell me about it. You locked him in a goddamn freezer. I mean, that is cool. Okay, why do I have to use snap rotation here? Probably just because. Alright, so, let me just quickly check the map. What are we supposed to do here now? Use the servants' passages to reach the library. Oh, so we are just traversing now. Okay, so did I miss a little corridor there? Interesting. So, how do we get to the library through the servants' passageways? There must be some door or something somewhere. I mean, as a gamer, I have not been trained to do this. Actually look with my eyes to find something like a secret passageway. The cellar, though, I mean, there should be a way for me to get there. You see, there's also a collectible over there, so I have to be able to move one of these bottles, maybe opens a secret passage or something. So let's check those out. Is there anything that sticks out here? It doesn't look like it. Huh. It will be really satisfying though if I could find the mechanism that lets me... Oh, hello. Can I push this? Yes, I can. Well, that was easy. Okay then, so we're through. Let's see. There's a door over there. There are mice over there crawling about. But first, let me go check out this area here.
King to Queen 1. We're going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes Queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that!
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
Yeah, patience was not among Lara's virtues during her early age. Crowbar, huh? Alright, so we need a crowbar. Again a crowbar. Maybe this thing has... Is there anything in here? Let me step inside. Oh no. Okay, I cannot step inside, sorry. It's a bad habit that we VR players sometimes have, stepping inside of objects to inspect them. But it's only natural, I mean, come on. Who wouldn't do that?
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
Alright. So, interesting enough, Lara did get the first move, always, but never the last. Alright, so, what else? Alright, let's head down. Oh, come on. Oh, the game is getting weird on me. The teleportation system needs some refinement. Hello there.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. Two roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
Well, it's actually a tough choice for her. I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought she would be... it would be a no-brainer for her to be with Richard, but it seems that wasn't the case. Oh man, the sound effects. I don't know if you can hear it. It sounds like somebody's... Hey there, little mice, where are you going? Ooh, through the hole there, huh? Okay. Alright, anyway, let's see. Is there anything for me to explore here? Should I stick my hand in there? Probably not. Should I put my hand in there? No, probably not, right? Alright, so... what should we do now? Let's see, is there anything interactable in here? There's definitely something there.
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts, so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting up of late, but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It'll be a nice moment for the two of them to reconnect. And I do believe he needs it as much as she does.
Alright, there are a little birthday party for little Lara. So, what else is there here to explore? Doesn't seem to be much, actually. Nothing seems to be interactable here. Oh, well, we can push this out of the way. Okay, apparently the game moved me back because I was pushing it onto myself. How about this? Okay, now it's just a simple matter of going back, I guess. Alright, so this is the passageway, apparently, for the staff. Wow, no, that cannot be. That's just a drain. Alright, let's
Chad
explore.
loved a good bottle of wine. I can still smell his favorite Bordeaux.
Which is another way of saying that was a drunk. No, not apparently not. I'm just being mean here. Oh, we get knee deep here in nice stuff, alright. You can almost feel it in VR as you are knee deep in stuff yourself.
Dad, this is it! The basement of despair.
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there, see the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
Alright, so there are traps here. And I'd better use my sixth sense here to locate them. Although I do not see anything at this time. This I cannot get to right now. So let's move on. Where is this trap though? I'm pressing the button for my sixth sense and it doesn't seem to work. Well, not right now at least. What is this thing? Well, hello there. Looks like an like an Egyptian totem made out of wood planks, which I'm guessing constitutes playing time for little Lara. There's nothing really interesting around here. I guess we'll just move along. I'm just moving a bit slower sometimes because I do not want to miss collectibles and stuff. Alright, now it branches out though. Can I consult a map? No, apparently we do not have a map of this place. Right? Yeah, because... yeah, I cannot get to the lower floors of the map. So let's take them as they come. Let's go first here. Alright. Lots of tools here. Seems to be left... seems to be like a construction that was left midway. Oh, that's gotta be a trap though, right? It's easy to spot. Yeah, that's clear. Can I get to this without this falling on me, or do I have to deactivate it somehow? Let's get a bit closer.
One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition.
Alright. Cool. Should I step in here and see what happens, just for fun? I guess nothing does happen. I was curious as to whether this would fall on my head or something, but you know what? That's not usually what happens in VR.
Water damage from the main hall above.
Because that's way too scary in virtual reality, even such small things can and will terrify players. So I guess this is a dead end, right? Oh no, it's not. I can go here. Wow. Oh well, this is a complex network of well, I don't know, caves for lack of a better word. Wow, this looks so much lifelike. Although the graphics are a bit lacking, which is to be expected for VR, but still the immersion factor is real. Alright, so I'm guessing this is how we get that collectible we saw earlier. You know, the tough thing in VR is, in other games you're used to moving your mouse around and constantly looking left and right, which is kinda tedious in VR. And the solution to that, of course, is having a headset with a much larger field of view, which of course is something that the community has requested for ages, but...
This bust of Anubis was from Dad's Egyptian collection. He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition.
Oh, so dear old Dad was hiding stuff for Lara to find, which is very nice. Very thoughtful of him. Nice little games to have if you are interested in archaeology and stuff. So anyway, as I was saying, wider field of view is gonna be the solution for lots of stuff, and you see this requested all the time by the virtual reality community. Alright, we need a crowbar, huh? Hey, what's this? Look at this just dangling casually in front of my head. Okay. Anyway, there doesn't seem to be much we can do here, except for go upstairs, right? Did I get teleported? Yes, I got immediately teleported upwards. So let's see, anything of interest here. Doesn't look like it. Oh, what's this though?
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights.
Oh, there's a page
There's a
missing.
missing page.
Yeah, exactly, mirror marks. I don't know how that's gonna be important though, but alright, let's keep that in mind. There's another page to be found somewhere.
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met, I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world. I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long, and it may already be too late. How could I have not seen this coming? I've made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I am going after her, right now, tonight.
Well, it's a good thing that Richard has his priorities straight at least. Although, you know, finding eternal life is also pretty cool, but I guess when you're not that certain it even exists, it's not worth giving up your love of your life for it. Oh, hello there. That's the library.
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
Okay, let's listen to stuff and hopefully one of those reveals the code we need.
I've created a clever little map for Lara's birthday expedition. I used the invisible ink Amelia picked up for me in Morocco so many years ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought. I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works. Turns out it requires a very specific kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for Lara to puzzle out.
Alright, so you know what? This might actually be a useful piece of backstory here, because you can see the invisible ink is clearly in caps, which means important, right? So, and to do that, the second paragraph says we'll have to use some kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink. So I'm guessing we are on the lookout for a lamp or something, right? Alright, let's exit here and be mindful of any lamps or heat sources for that matter. What's this here? Nothing of interest. Anything along this wall? Oh, we can probably go upstairs here, right? Yeah, okay, we can, but let's leave that for a bit later. Let's search... Oh, damn, my orientation. Let's search this floor first.
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Alright. Interesting.
Now, let me see. These two myths are referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Why, yes, I think you're right, Lara.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
Takes me
Alright.
back. Those were good times. The best times.
Alright, so let's see. There's bound to be something on the desk, right?
I've reached the monastery. As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I'm standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surround me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place. The monks welcomed me, as is their way, but they seemed to expect me. They must have known someone like me would eventually come seeking answers. I know this is the place. They've conducted the ritual before. I have seen the evidence, the distinctive symbols carved into the floors, the art displayed on the inner chamber's walls. They've created the elixir before, and they will again if I can convince them. I sent Amelia a message straight away. I want her by my side for this discovery.
Alright then. Still going
I was
on.
looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life?
Probably, but it has nothing to do with us searching for the will right now. It has to do everything with the main game, but that's for another video.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure, my favorite painting by Amelia, the day of our wedding anniversary.
Oh, okay. Now, that's the clue we were looking for, actually, right? But it's tougher than I anticipated. It's not just a piece of paper with some numbers on it. It's actually a riddle. So, let's see. The combination. There's 3 parts to it. Lara's expedition treasure. My favorite painting by Amelia. No clue whatsoever what this is, but we have to keep a lookout for paintings. And then the day of our wedding anniversary. There's bound to be a picture or something somewhere that has this written down, right? Or I can go through the journals and find that out. In any case, I'm not gonna do this.
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe. There's something else here.
If I get stuck, I'm gonna go and review the logs myself and come back to you, but for the time being, look at this. Search the library for remaining combination clues, so we're not done. Maybe this box here contains the other clue. Let's find out.
Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using it though.
Okay, this lighter could actually light the invisible ink probably, right? PC.
The Croft family crest and initials PC. I wonder if this belonged to my grandfather.
Well, the second letter C is probably for Croft, unless developers have thought of something else. So, okay. I apparently cannot keep this, but it would be interesting.
Okay.
Oh, I can.
Should be able to light the fireplace now.
Alright, so press and hold X when near fireplaces throughout the manor to light them. That's very cool. So we can go immediately there to the fireplace. And you know what? Maybe there's an invisible ink somewhere here. We can get some clues. Alright, the fire is on. Does anything reveal itself? I don't see any invisible ink. Right? So maybe that's just a tutorial part and it's not actually where the clue is. Maybe that's way too easy, the developers thought. Alright, let's continue. We were here. Let's see, is there something behind the desk? Maybe. Yeah, there's something here, definitely. Oh, and there's the dino. That was in the picture.
This is my handiwork. I used to love drawing pictures of tigers.
Wow. Funnily enough, lots of them almost claimed your life, Lara.
Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own adventures.
Okay, so let me turn around, see if there's something on the desk here. Doesn't look like it. Oh, wait a sec though. A light source, but not a heat source. So we're not really interested in that. There's a scroll there, but not interactable. I bet some book here could be interacted with and reveal a secret passage or something. There has to be something like that. I mean, well, it's a cliche, but it's an eternal one. Alright, so what else? Okay, how about here? Oh, we can play music?
This music is familiar. It's beautiful.
Alright. Paintings. We should be on the lookout for those, but that is not an interactable one, so... Okay. How about this? No. The ficus has seen probably better days. As has the ceiling. Hey, where's your head?
It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly?
Alright, is this important? Should we be on the lookout for a helmet? Probably not. Alright, nothing interesting here. Can we open this? No, we need the master key, of course we do. Alright, so let's go upstairs, I guess. By way of this ladder here. Oh, come on. Alright, so I guess let's go upstairs then. Teleport upstairs, rather. Alright, this doesn't seem... Oh! This is a different part over there. I thought this would be one big balcony, to speak, so to speak, but... guess not. So... yeah, nothing of interest here. So... just look outside the window a bit. There's some fast-moving fog here. Man, that's creepy. Alright. Now this place doesn't seem to be of any interest. Lots of books. Nothing else though. I'm just stopping by every compartment of the library just in case something interesting is in here. You never know. This could be, for example, a hidden door here. Right? Looks very suspicious, but I guess that's not for this time to discover. How about this thing?
Blank, except for the image of a key.
Yeah, that's not... shouldn't be blank. Maybe there's the invisible ink here, but how can I use it? I don't have an inventory or anything. Unless I can keep pressing X. No, doesn't work.
I remember this map now. It leads to the master key. We made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire.
Yeah, the question remains, I know that there is invisible ink, I know how to see it, but how can I find a heat source large enough to reveal the map? Well, I have the fire downstairs, right? I guess we'll come back to the fire, see whether this is there's anything we can do.
I think I stashed one of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid.
Really? Yeah, this is very locked at the moment, so yeah, let's head back.